So much pain, I'm like, when's it gonna stop? So much pain, cause my life's been a lot. So much pain, I'm getting tired of these blocks. I'm in last place right now, but I soon reach the top. So much pain, I'm like, when's it gonna stop? So much pain.
We're back, baby. Last Place Podcast, the best podcast in the world. Still working on that intro. It's me again, your favorite host. From your favorite hosting pair. I'm Dubhul, Dubhul. All of that good stuff up here somewhere. Introduce yourself, my bro.
Yep. Welcome back. I'm Big Tycoon, Tycoon H. Yeah, man. Yeah, we're back.
Good to be back. I want to thank everybody. We'd like to thank everybody for the unconditional support. First episode's been doing very well, man, and it's literally been like so organic as well. We haven't done anything out of the ordinary. We haven't done ads. We haven't asked anybody to do us favors or anything like that. All the views, the likes, the comments, the phone calls and stuff has literally been completely from you guys' personal time and hearts. And we appreciate it, man. It just made us excited to actually record the second episode. That's all I can say, really. We love you guys.
Yeah, bare love still. Appreciate all the comments, all the sharing the posts, getting engaged with the social media. It's everything, man. Everything. And it's good to like get the feedback in it to know like we're on the right track in a sense. And obviously, yeah, man's us as we record and as we go, we're gonna grow in it, and we're gonna get better and better, put out better content. Everything's just gonna grow in it. But yeah, thanks for the support.
Sorry to cut you, bro. We made our first TikTok today. That was fun. We literally did it in like 5-10 minutes, but the power of that app is ridiculous. Just, yeah, I didn't understand how to make a TikTok, even though it's just like a video clips and stuff, but making a simple 15-second video, knowing how to make the transitions. I didn't know like a popular song or something like that. It's just hella fun. And yeah, that I think I might have lost a lot of my time on my life now because I'm just gonna be making TikToks a lot of the time.
Yeah, and I feel like people sleep on it as well because it's like, oh, TikTok's sneaky or TikTok's this, TikTok's that. But yo, if you're a person that's trying to grow a business or grow a brand, trust me, TikTok, you can get like for what you would pay, like let's say if you got like £1,000 budget to spend on marketing, like you could legit get that same sort of results from just creating a viral video. Like the reach of TikTok, like, is ridiculous. You get me? So
you don't even have to do nothing mad as well. You can just be having fun, and people can just be like, oh, they're having fun. Like, follow 10,000 people overnight. You don't have to be half naked or, you know what I'm trying to say. Like I've seen videos of people literally just running down the street, just smiling. You know what I'm trying to say. And this video, it just makes it's like a feel good video at it. Like people feel good. It's like, oh, I needed to see that today, and you know, they like it, they share it. People who probably needed to see that, other people, their people probably needed to see that, share it, they like it, they watch it every couple of days. You know, everyone's got that thing where it's like, you know, like music, feel good music or a video in particular that does something for you or whatever. So yeah, the reach is mad from what I've seen recently from actually like putting my time into actually knowing about TikTok. You know, I heard.
Sorry, there's this private joke in it.
Get out of here, man.
But yeah. I feel like if anyone's watching and they got a brand or they're a musician or whatever, they got a business, Defo get involved in TikTok, innit? Definitely get involved in TikTok.
It's the best showcase to show yourself, innit?
Yeah, and like man said, you don't have to sell out, bro.
Yeah, you don't have to, no gimmicks, no. Like I said, if your thing's not being half naked, then be fully clothed. Express yourself the way you know how.
Yeah, just be creative, man.
Be creative. do you unapologetically.
Yeah, you're not gonna catch man on there doing no sassy, boozy, rat shit. TikTok trend dances. You get me? Everything's gonna be within brand blood. You get me? Man ain't gonna sound myself out just because a trend's trended. You know what I'm trying to say, but yeah. But yeah, fam, how's your week been and that?
Tiring. My week's been tiring. You know how my thing's set though? I feel like I don't do enough. But then I'm always busy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I feel like I could be busier, but then I've barely got time for myself.
Yeah.
Like I want to do more.
Mm-hmm.
I want to learn more. I want to see more. But then because I am actually doing all of this, but I feel like I could do more. I have like no time.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I feel like it's just the age man's at where it's just like
man's very busy, but I'm just not. I feel like I'm not busy enough.
Yeah, I feel like it's the age man's at, and it's a part of that process of like man, kind of learning about manself and like just going through the motions of life really, to where you feel like yo, I'm moving at 100 miles per hour, but am I moving at like 20 miles per hour?
Yeah.
It's one of them ones, isn't it?
Yeah.
So man, get it, Storm. Man, get it.
What's your week been saying, bro?
Yo, yeah, man. Man's, man's chilling, you get me? Private huts. Ain't gonna talk too much on camera, but yeah, bro. Man's just been chilling, bro. I think it's been really interesting to see, like, to work on the brand as well, in it with the last place stuff, and to see like how people's responding to like the quotes, the videos, just everything that we've been working on behind the scenes in it. So yeah, bro, it's been really fun, though. It's been really fun.
Like man said though, it's been received super well. Like remember, this was a thing where I was just like, "Is this stupid?" You know, the ones like as man, like obviously man loved it for what it was for me or what it meant for me. But then you're like, you know, them ones. Like,
Yeah.
But people are getting it. Like I got
Yeah,
like,
it's mad.
Like grown, like obviously man's grown in it. Man's a man. Man's a grown man. But like grown men. Sorry if this fits. If the boot fits here, but like let's say the 50, right? I had a 50-year-old person message me or call me telling me, you know, I've thought about the last place mindset quite a lot since the first episode and stuff like that. And to me, that's just mental, isn't it?
Mad. Cause I feel like, it's sick to see like people getting it as well, because everyone was like, yo, they didn't get it like when they first in the last place name. And that's kind of like everyone's first impression. You're like, yo, what does this mean? Like, I didn't get why you said last place, but when I watched the first episode, I feel like we touched on that really good in it. And people kind of, as you said, man are calling you, man are messaging, man are voice noting, man, and saying, yo, they love it. They like the mindset, they like what it stands for and stuff like that. And that's what man kind of not expected, but that's what we kind of wanted as well. You get me? And because we got it so well.
That's definitely what we wanted.
Yeah, facts. Because we got it so well. And we've been talking about this and we've been having these conversations. It's nice to kind of like put this out there and kind of getting that same sort of feedback in it and that positive response.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, bro, what do you feel like, you know, in the early stages of like doing this? Obviously, man's been operating for like a few days now. It's been like a week. A week.
It's been 2 weeks, isn't it?
Yeah, like what do you feel like are some of the challenges, would you say, in terms of like growth and like starting it?
I feel like for most people, starting it is probably the hardest thing.
Yeah.
I feel like luckily for me and you, we're just like quote unquote go getters. If we have an idea for something or want to do something, man's saying this is what it is. Man's working out how much it's gonna cost. Man's talking about splitting whatever, and then man just do it, innit?
Yeah.
If you feel like it's a bit long right now or something, I'll be there to be like pattern up.
Yeah.
Vice versa, same for me. If I'm having second guesses or whatever, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Actually doing it is the hard thing. I know bare people, like I said, from doing this, I was gonna start a podcast. I'm thinking about doing a podcast. But you have to do it, innit?
Yeah, facts.
If you really want to do it, you have to do it.
Facts.
Not doubting the fact you're gonna do it, or not kicking everybody down, or sending shots or anything like that, but it's about doing it, innit?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so doing it's like one of the hardest parts. We didn't really struggle on that too much. I think the biggest thing for me is just general growth.
Yeah.
You know, obviously like growing the social media and trying to be organic as well. Not trying to load 10 grand into Google ads to, you know, to just gain this unorganic
Just
following.
traffic in it, yeah.
Just to get eyes and views. Like we want
people that actually mess with the brand.
Yeah, bro. We want 20 genuine comments of how we've changed their life or they enjoyed watching the podcast versus 50,000 bots advertising sex underneath. You know what I'm saying? Just random
comments in
just random. No, I'd take 20 comments from people who have felt what man have said over 1,000 random
profiles that's following.
Yeah, just because, you know, they might have liked what they've heard, and then it's that's it. That's it. Like they don't check for man. They don't care about the next episode. You know, just like dead followers.
Yeah.
Like the numbers look good. We've got however many thousands of people following, but it don't matter unless the people care for you, the brand, and what, you know, you're planning to do for the future and further on down the line. Yeah,
because like you said, bro, like even on Instagram, like on social media, you can have like people have like 100,000 followers, and when they start like a brand or a business, they only get like 100 likes on that photo.
And what did you say to me the other day? What did you say to me the other day about starting a brand or starting a business? If you wanna.
You know what? I've been drinking, yeah. So, yo, my head's in the clouds right now. What? So, yo, you got to remind me, fam.
He sounds like an alcoholic right
now.
now.
Not drinking this morning. Last night.
That boy was day drinking. That boy was drinking beers at 8 p.m., 8 a.m. Sorry.
No. Last night. But yeah.
You said, if you want to see who your real friends are.
Oh, start a business, blood.
I shouted. Oh, my God.
Sorry. So yeah. If you want to see who your real people are, who your real friends are, start a business in it. That's raw. That's gonna like not exposed, but like.
And sorry, since she said that, bro, I swear to you, I've looked at this things different. Like, obviously, it's like that's just like a generic saying, but when you said it, and you know, because actually, man's trying to do something, and change something, and try to actually, you know, because like we're not relying on people, but you know, like. Our friends, you know, like everyone close to us. We feel like, because we're trying to make a positive change and that, we just feel like, you know, their support is needed. Not even needed. Their support is what's the word?
It helps.
Yeah, like the support helps, and and you just.
It's like obviously this is like some behind the scene footage, but like when man was first got the stuff, and I was in your house and we were just having that conversation, and I was like, yo. You see, if you're like at like a sporting event, yeah, let's say you use a race, for example. Like if you're gonna run a 100-meter race, yeah. Like if you got loads of your family and stuff in the stand, like cheering for you and stuff like that, it feels good, innit? Like it don't mean you're gonna win the race, but it's like, yo, at least I got the support in it. It just makes you feel good, and it's not like no one owes man no fucking support or owes man anything. But yo, if you say that your man's people's or your
effort, man. Like in general,
the support should just automatically be there, innit? Like, yeah, that's what I believe anyway. Innit? The support should automatically be there. So, like what I'm saying, like, if you want to know who really supports you and who really want to see you win, start a business, innit?
Start a motherfucking business.
Start a business, because with man's thing is just like, if any of my people, don't get me, I don't care about no one else, but if any of my people start something, man's gonna share that, post that, everything, you get me? Because I want to see man win, you get me? And you know what it is, I get obviously sometimes if your friend's starting a business and you're thinking, yo, that business is dead, or if your friend does music and you're thinking, yo, my music is dead, but I don't want to post this. I get that, but I feel like the mentality should be like, yo, I'm gonna support you in public, but criticize you behind the scenes, innit? So even if your brethren's doing something that you don't agree with, publicly you still support it, or your family or whoever. Publicly you still support it, but behind the scenes you might be like, yo, pattern up this, bro. Like, oh, change your logo. Or, yeah, man, I think you should do your social media like this, but you're still gonna support it. You get me? So yeah, bro.
To the as much as you can anyway.
Yeah,
like you might not scream it from the roofs or whatever, but you at least could just send him a little DM and say, yeah, I see you trying your thing.
Yeah, that's
you know
it, bro. That's it. Or leave a comment, or
like you don't have to
give my money.
Yeah, like you don't have to give my money or do the
facts.
mad promotion thing, but just a comment is nice, or like, 'cause even if you're not really in it, if your brethren's a whack rapper, you know, you don't have to overgas him and be fake about it. Just support the fact he's
doing something positive.
Yeah, and he's happy to and you're supporting his dream, innit? Because at the end of the day, there's room for improvement there. He could become a better rapper overnight. He could something could click in his head.
Yeah,
he could be sick in a month, but then the month before you were saying, I'm not gonna support my man when he's dead, blah 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 blah. But if he was there the month before saying, yo, just keep at it, whatever, and he kept at it, and he gets better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts.
He was there. He was being real. You could also tell him that he's whack, and you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
but if that's what he wants to do, and he can be like, oh, you think, then he can improve.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. Support and giving people advice is two different things. Like,
yeah.
Supporting someone's just like, yo, you go to your brethren's race, like man was saying, he might lose the race, but yo, he's there supporting, man, bro. You're cheering for man. Like, you get me? And even when he loses, you're still there cheering for man. You're not gonna say, yo, don't run that race. Come out that race, but you're slow, blood. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? When you do it, you're just gonna still there, support man, cheer for man, blah, 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 innit? But as man said, no one owes man anything anyway. So, but it's to focus on the positive. The support that we've got has been mainly from our friends and family, innit? And that's just been 100% love. And man, appreciate that, like man said. So yeah.
It's literally to just bounce off of that. It's literally just been that. Like, obviously, there's a few people on the outside that have viewed it or taken part from our people sharing it and all of that stuff. But the main basis is like our people's or our people's people. So you know what I mean. So once again, we appreciate everything and we thank you guys.
Yeah, bro. How do you feel like we work as a team? I feel like we do. What are you about to say?
I mean, you're all right. I think we're serious, bro.
Yeah,
like for this, I think man was made to do this, innit? Like there's rarely or barely ever been things or ideas I've had in my head and I'm thinking, yo, Hunter will be perfect for this. Yeah, obviously, no, there's been loads where I'm like, Hunter will be perfect for this. But this, to me, couldn't have made any more sense.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Like, just a quick little background or, background on things that we both do. So, I ain't gonna spill too much beans. This ain't no Illuminati stuff, bro. Don't worry. So like me, I make music. If you don't know me, produce music. I also design, graphic design. So logos, flyers. But my main thing that I like to do and I actually enjoy doing, and I've done quite a few of these, is cover arts for music. So like singles and album covers. Like I love doing that. Like I've always loved the artwork on singles and album covers since I was like a kid, whether it be from albums I never really listened to or it would gravitate me towards listening to albums. So yeah, I do the music, I do the graphic design. Also done a bit of editing, video editing back in the day when like man was learning like simple YouTube videos, you know, fade ins, fade outs, just to get the video exported. and that's kind of like my thing. Just media, creative media in general. I've dabbled in, so I know how to do bits and pieces. So for me, like doing a podcast made sense. I could edit the videos, could use my own music for the backgrounds, design the advertising, the smaller components that you see in the videos, backgrounds, logos, anything that could be utilized in this sort of media. And then Hunter comes in. Come on, Hunter, tell him what you do. Tell him,
It's just like business and that, innit? Like, man, understand like the marketing side of things, know how to do ads, know how to set up things. Yeah, basically, yeah. That's it, really.
You humble as hell.
Nah, bro. Like, yo, that's just the basis of it, innit? Like, I would say, obviously, since young, man's just always been into business, innit? Like, that's just fun for man. You get me? Like, that's just man's thing. So that's just from where I come into it. I could say from that side of things. Obviously, Shaq's still got a business, man, and I could say I'm still creative. I'm not creative on his level though, but I could still say I'm creative, and I could still say Shaq's got the business, man. But I could say, yeah, me, I'll probably just watch loads of business interviews. I'll probably just pay for some online courses on ads and marketing and stuff like that. Like, that's what I do in my spare time. You get me? So man's head's just in business, if that makes sense. So yeah.
And then you whip it all together, and then you have a podcast where everything's basically done via thyselves. You know, the intro, outro songs, the video editing, the graphics that you see on screen, and then that gets put together by me, both of us. Mm-hmm. Hunter has his input, I do whatever he says, or you know what I'm trying to say. Then once that's done, I basically leave him to do the marketing side. So Hunter will post, figure out what times to post, the correct hashtags to use. He'll look at the analytics. And did I say that right?
Yeah.
He'll look at the analytics, which countries receiving it the best.
What videos are doing well.
Yeah, what videos are doing well. Are the 10-second videos doing better than the 30-second videos? If so, let's start doing more 10-second. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Man just got a unit within 2 people. We're a 2-man army.
Yeah,
right now. And for as long as we need to be. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. It's not like it's overstressing us or like, man are enjoying this, bro.
It's fun, man.
Man are really enjoying this. Like, we'll be up at 4 a.m.
Yeah, I'm just about to say that.
We're up at 4 a.m. Oh, this video got 10 more likes and views than the previous one. I'm like, And
you know what's funny? Because as you said that, it's like, remember when I said, what did I say the other day? He's like, blood, go to sleep, blood.
It was like 6 a.m. and this geezer is still doing market research.
But it's fun. It's fun though. I love it.
Man, don't get it twisted. Man told him to go to sleep. It's not like he's annoying me or that, you know. It's because I know you won't sleep, bro. Obviously, man's happy. Like, I'm like, yo, I'm more than happy. I couldn't be any happier to have you doing this because you take it serious, bro.
Yeah. It's not a joke thing, yeah.
It's not like I'm messaging you, you airing me, and you getting back to me 4 days later and that, bro. Yeah. I get the same excitement levels from you every single day, bro.
Yeah.
Every hour. This is performed well. This isn't doing so well. We need to try this. Yeah. Like, it's never in my head. I'm like, oh, Hunter. I'm like, okay. I'm like, say less.
Man don't get it, or
man don't get it, and I'll message you and I'll be like, so explain. I'm like, because literally everything that we're doing benefits us as a team, and we're not doing anything to slow ourselves down.
Yeah, no, fair.
So every time you come to me with something, it's beneficial. Every single time.
Yeah.
There's nothing I will give to you that's negative or will be like, why would you do that? That doesn't make, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It might not make any sense, but it will always make sense.
Yeah, because I feel like as well, going back to like what makes like a good team and why we're such a good team, I feel like we don't have that much ego when it comes to it, because man know how each other are in it.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can come and tell me, like man said, like you can come and tell me about marketing. I'm not gonna look at you like, blood. What's my man talking about, fam? Or I can come and tell you about some editing stuff, and you're gonna be like, what's my man talking about? We both have humble enough ego to be like, yo, man don't know it all, and man can still learn. It's not man's way or the highway. You get me? And obviously, with a lot of teams out there, there's people that have that sort of ego. It's like, yo, I'm better than this person. I'm smarter than this person. It's like, yo,
I'm the creative. You sit down. You do the marketing.
Yeah.
It's never that, bro.
Yeah.
Because man's literally just creative, and we're both creative.
Yeah.
So
we just know our strengths in it.
Yeah, bro. I'm creative. You're creative. If I say something, you might be like, actually, now try this, and I will try it, and I'm like, oh, that makes more. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It's what you're saying about the ego thing, isn't it? Like, I'm more than happy to. Cause I'm not an expert in none of this stuff, bro. I'm more than happy to learn, and this goes back to like something that we was talking about in the first episode, where it was like you can learn from somebody that has no idea what they're doing with whatever they're doing, but they could just come up with something because they see something, and you might be like, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, no, facts. A man's humble enough to know not man's weaknesses, but what man need to like man doesn't know man's strengths in it, and man's humble enough to be like, yo, Shaq's right, bro. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Where some man, it might burn them to be like, oh, Shaq's right, because you know what I'm trying to say? Nah, bro, like what the fuck, bro? Like, yo, Shaq knows this better than man, fam. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, and man, you know what it is? I feel like we respect each other enough to explain it. So I'm not gonna say, yo, man should do this because. I'm not gonna say, yo, man should do this and no explanation. I'm like, yo, man should do this because you'll be like, oh, man should do this because.
And you be like, and we'll end it with, what do you think?
Yeah. Like, and yeah, bro. Obviously, it's super early stages in that, but that's how we're gonna keep it, and that's how we want to keep it. Like,
that's it. Anything can happen in a few weeks or months.
Yeah,
I might hate your bones.
Nah, yeah, you get me. Like, there's just respect there in it to know like what each other brings to the table, and like. Same way I could be, I know Shaq's still gonna put in graft as well. You get me? Like, we kind of learn, like, you know what I'm trying to say? We work well together, fam. We work well together.
Oh.
We work well together, Storm.
Balance, yin and yang. Dubhul and Tycoon Hunter. We're coming for the next all 2022, and for the rest of the years we're alive.
100. Impact.
So, this is a section that we've been talking about and planning on doing, and it's called Quote of the Week. If you follow the Last Place Instagram page, Last Place Podcast on Instagram, I don't think we got quotes anywhere else really. It's just Instagram at the moment, innit? And Twitter, which is Last Place _pod. That's the Twitter name. Might be up here somewhere. We're doing something called Quote of the Week, and on these pages, so the Instagram and the Twitter, we'll put up quotes daily, maybe 2 or 3 daily, and we just want to do a section where we talk about obviously our favorite one that's been posted, and we'll come. Obviously, it's every 2 weeks that the podcast happens. We'll talk about them on the day of the podcast. But then this will be like interactive for you guys as well, for you to talk in the comments or on the Instagram video or wherever it gets posted what your favorite quote of the week is. Mm-hmm. So yeah, go ahead. So Tycho, what's your favorite quote of the week?
Sorry.
It's fine, take your time, buddy.
You go first, innit? You go first.
I haven't got my phone on me right now because obviously we're using the phone to record. Oh, mate, you're a gem. So on today's quote of the week, my favorite quote was, this is what it says. It says, y'all buy sage like y'all ain't the negative energy in the room. I thought that was class.
Yeah, go on.
And I think that because, like, I could break it down a bit deeper as well, because everyone's spiritual these days and everyone's doing this, the burning of sages, trying to get rid of negative energy and demons and all this in the room, but some of the wildest people are doing this, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because obviously you want to cleanse yourself and forgive what you've been doing and all this stuff. But I just know a lot of people that are doing this, saying these things, and they're just still guarding with themselves. Still, they're still doing what those. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So that for me was just perfect, and I feel like if the shoe fits, if the boot fits, it's a lot of self reflection in it.
Yeah, it's bare pointing the finger like, get out of my space. It's so negative. They're putting the finger, but they're the negative energy in the space in it. So yeah, bro. But no, these some of these people out here that be doing this, spiritual stuff, be some of the wildest,
some of the biggest bug outs I've ever met in my entire life. And like I said, I'm not talking about all spiritual people or whatever, but the spiritual thing is mad. Like I can't really consider myself spiritual. Or maybe I can't. I don't know. I'm just one with myself and things. I don't do the extras that, quote unquote, the spiritual people do, the burning of the sages.
Man's not against it.
Not at all. But yeah, like I said, I've seen Instagram posts from people, and
they're the wickedest people.
Wicked, bro.
Wickedest people.
Wicked.
And that, that's not even a judging thing. Like, that's yo, I've seen this and I'm making this judgment. It's not like, yo, I'm judging you and I don't know you. Like, yo, I've seen this, I've experienced this with you. And yeah, bro. Y'all buy sage. Like, y'all let the negative energy in the room, innit?
I love that one. Talk to me, Tycoon. What's your favorite? What's your quote of the week then?
I say, do not give up in the beginning. No, do not give up. The beginning is always the hardest. God damn. I butchered that. Yeah, do not give up in the beginning because the beginning is always the hardest. Did I say that?
Let's just have another look.
Do not give up. The beginning is always the hardest. I'm even like English at my first language. Blood.
Damn, son.
But yeah, I feel like for me, why that quote was just like so good, because it relates to what I feel like in life. Especially if you like into business and you're into like just doing your own thing, you'll find that. I feel like I don't know what plays a part in this though. It's like instant gratification. Like sometimes you can start sitting here and you can feel like, yo, as soon as you start it, you should just blow.
Yeah, 100%.
Like for example, like not saying that this has been man's mindset, but like you might start a podcast and you might feel like, yo, why ain't we got 1,000 or 10,000 views? But like, that's not how things work. I don't know what plays a part in that, whether it's social media, it might be social media in it, but like, just because it ain't hit some mad milestone, which is kind of unrealistic within certain time frames, yeah, don't mean you should give up. Like, you might have the best business idea in the world, but because in your head, you might start the business and you might not get one customer for like the first 2-3 months. You might think, yo, this business is shit. Like, this is the shittest idea I've ever had. But like, yo,
if you believe in it,
yeah, like, don't give up in it. Like, the beginning is going to be the hardest. Like, you have to kind of put your stuff out there. You have to kind of build the brand. You have to sort of build the traction. And then it's like a snowball effect in it. Like, like the snowball don't start big. Like, the snowball has to roll and roll and roll and roll, and it gets bigger. And then, like, everything just starts to move in it. So, like, yeah, man, I feel like that quote there was just something that related to man. Especially with, like, man's journey, what man's going through and everything else. Off camera as well. So, yeah, man. Don't give up in the beginning, man. And that's yeah, don't give up in the beginning, man.
It gets better.
Yeah.
It gets better. You literally could have absolutely nothing to your name other than just a great idea, and then it could take a year, 30 days. It could take 30 days, it could take a year, it could take 5 years, 10 years. If you believe in what you are, your product or your idea, like, and you know what it will do for yourself or the consumer or whatever it is, like, it's bound to happen. You just need to get yourself into, you just need to get yourself into the right rooms, meet the right people.
Surround yourself with the right people as well, yeah.
Yeah. Just get yourself out there, network, and, it could just take one person to hear your idea and be like, oof, genius. I want to invest, or, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
or I want to be a part of this, and then it goes from there.
I feel like obviously maybe social media plays a big part in that regard. People may look at other people and feel like, or you see a lot of stuff like, make £1 million in 24 hours or whatever your motivation
horrible
is.
clickbait videos.
Yeah, I feel like obviously people just like go into certain things expecting it to happen overnight, innit? And I feel like
sorry to cut you off. It's also your mindset as well, because obviously some people might see that video and be downed. You know what I'm trying to say? Feel down and be like, I'm never gonna be able to do this. Some people might look at this video and go, F that. How did my man do that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's get this. Like, if he can do it, I can.
Yeah.
It's down to your mindset as also.
Yeah. 100% mindset does play a part in it. But it's just like, obviously, I'm not saying have low expectations, but it's just like, things take time. Like, a plant don't grow in a day, you get me? Like, things don't happen just straight away, bro. Like, you have to water the plant. You have to, like, you get me?
You have to look after it and you have to pamper it.
And I feel like maybe the younger kids coming up now, they probably have that same sort of like, like for example, if someone wants to rap or make music, they might think, yo, if my video don't hit 1 million views in a week, I'm not rapping no more. Yeah. And they might get 5K like views and like, yo,
could have the most loyal fans, the biggest supporters, but because they didn't hit Digger D numbers, they're just like, this ain't for me.
Yeah, so
they're not prepared to graft in it.
It's just, man, just don't. This I don't know, man, how to explain it, but it's just like, yo, this. Don't even look at numbers. Don't look at nothing in the beginning. Just do it.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Enjoy the process for yourself. Everything else will come, innit? Everything else will come. The views, the numbers, the money. Do it for yourself. Like we said at the beginning, there's no better feeling than feeling loved or getting support from your people, and that alone should be able to drive you to allow you to keep continuing to do what you're doing and push on and realize that everything will get better. It gets better, I swear.
You know what's mad? Yeah, like saying that. Yeah, I feel like it's mad because like man will do, as man mentioned in the previous episode, like I would do a lot of things privately and then come out and be like, oh, I'm doing this.
Surprise!
But like, I kind of feel like I missed that element of man or whoever's around man being like, yo, that's sick, like, yo, keep going. You know what I'm trying to say? If you're trying to say, like, I feel like
it's just either or with you, and it's just when I tell him, if he likes, he likes it. If you don't, you don't. I'm here now.
But I feel like, okay, let's say if we was doing this podcast and we didn't tell no one, yeah, I feel like we would, like, that energy that other people are giving us, like, yo, keep going and stuff like that, like, it would, like, I don't feel like it would be different, if that makes sense. But like, because we've done it public and we come out and say, yo, this is what we're doing, and we're getting the feedback and stuff like that, it makes it more like, yeah, man, keep going. Like, when people are like, yo, you're doing something good and blah, blah, blah. But I feel like, what I'm saying is that I feel like I miss that part sometimes where it's like, because no one knows what man's doing. I don't hear, oh, yo, that's wavy, bro. Like, yo. Like, I'll show you something and you'll be like, yo, wow.
It's literally just you and you, innit?
Yeah.
You have to be your own biggest supporter. So, like, you can't afford to have a down day because that could cost you your whole company or your business or your idea.
Yeah.
Like, you have to keep yourself in such a good headspace because the future of whatever you're planning to do, bro, could just literally pivot down because you ain't got nobody to say, nah, you have to go. You have to keep it moving.
Yeah. No, facts. And that was just a little bit of self-reflection that man just did there. Maybe I'm growing into a new person right now, you get me? So, yeah, man, that's just a bit of self-reflection whilst man was just talking about that. I was just thinking, like, yo, that's like a big, like, the support and that is so big in terms of, like, on your journey, like, just to have people like, yo, you're doing something. And like, man's not kissing your ass either. Like, man's just being like, yo, this is actually sick, you know what I'm trying to say? It helps a lot, man. It helps a lot.
Man, I heard that a few times. I know I'm your friend and that, but your thing's actually sick, you know?
Yeah.
That's what man heard for the podcast. My brethrens were like, yo, just because you're my boy doesn't mean, if I don't rate it, I'll let you know. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, man, love that, but man have actually said, yo, like, just because you're my boy. No, I know you're my boy, but like, it was actually sick in it. Like, I'm not just saying that because you're my boy, shall I say? But yeah, man, yeah. I really appreciate it once again. You know what I'm going to do right now, Tycho? I'm going to quickly move to just double check that this camera's still on. Yeah, so.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you can edit this out, innit? Still on?
We're still live, baby.
Yeah, active. Yeah, just edit this out.
We don't have to edit it out, really.
Because
literally first episode, I think my camera might have ran out of space, even though I've got like one of the biggest memory sizes, and the video just locked off, so I just had to just double check. I think we need to implement like a mirror or something to that wall, so we can see whether it stopped recording or not, because we just don't know, innit?
So yeah, just let us know what you think about that quote of the week segment. Obviously, it was just like, just go into delve into depth.
Damn, son.
About delve into depth about the quotes and that, because that's something that we did as well. Just to add on to that, like, I would see some crazy quotes, send them to each other, and be like, "Yo, hey."
A couple of the man them, obviously because we've been posting the quotes on social media, a couple of the man them have been sending quotes to us, like via obviously like our personal channel, personal pages, or the Last Place page, or like just on WhatsApp, saying, "Yo, what do you think of this? Or should you?" I'm thinking, there ain't no way I'm putting this on our social media.
Should I get cancelled? You know. And you know what's bad? You know what? Fuck it. I ain't gonna say that.
Now talk to him.
Now I'll say, I'll be more than willing to do that if it was my own personal page. You get me?
Yeah. Nah, obviously, man, we're still, at the end of the day, we're still human. We still have a sense of humor. We're not trying to paint this perfect picture that we're angels and saints or nothing like that. You know what I'm trying to say? Like we're angels or saints or anything like that. But some of these things that I was sending us was just like, no.
It's funny though. You get me? It's funny because, man, I'm off social media at the moment, but yeah.
You know, we'll talk about this on the next episode.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay, next topic. So we've been discussing this literally like every day for like the last week, and it's positivity versus negativity selling. What sells better? Obviously, we were speaking, saying how negativity sells. This is why drill music and stuff is very popular. But talk to him, Tycho. What do you think?
It's just, I feel like, obviously, people might look at it and feel like, oh, man, they're doing a positive podcast. Oh, this might not blow up, or this might not flipping, you know what I'm trying to say? Do some mad moves and that. But I feel like what man's doing is less about like blowing up. It's more about impact. Like you can't really measure impact in it in terms of like, you can have like, man can have like 100,000 followers or 100,000 views on YouTube or whatever, if you want to measure it by numbers. But it doesn't really show, based on what we're trying to do and what we're going to do, it doesn't really show if it's affected anyone, you know what I'm trying to say? So our thing is more about, obviously, when people say negativity sells, people just always relate to money, views, whatever. Like people be like, I can't talk about positive stuff because it's not going to get me views, or it's not going to make me money, or blah, blah, blah. But as I was saying, like, man's thing is more about impacting it. And man ain't going to... Obviously, everyone has a story to tell in it, and everyone's going to tell their own story in their way in it. But I feel like at the end of it, you should still have like a message behind it in it. And with man's thing and what man's going to create is more about the message and the impact and just the inspiration in it. And like, yeah, man, like man's not trying to sell manself out, because I feel like selling yourself out is more about, if you know that you want to do something in a certain way and going opposite to that, that's selling yourself out in it. So because we believe so strongly in the message that man's trying to push out with this Last Place thing,
to just be yourself and be you unapologetically at all times. Doesn't matter where you are, who you're around, or what rooms you're in. I feel like we just believe it's a lot stronger than doing the fake, fraudulent, you know, I act like me around specific people, but then when I'm not around them, I'm just going to be a completely different character, innit?
Yeah. So yeah, it's just like, man, like we just know what we're standing for and what we're doing in it, and we're not just gonna turn around one day and be like, you know what, this positive stuff that we're talking about ain't really working, you know what, Shaq? let's just come and like talk, let's just do something different.
Let's become drillers.
Like man's not gonna come in here and do that. You get me? So
because sorry to cut you off. The first thing that people will say, at least a good 5 people, what kind of we get to see some controversy. You know what I'm saying? Some controversy. What you're gonna be talking about?
Yeah.
What else was said? They said, "Oh, we didn't know you could just chat. You could just waffle for a couple hours." I didn't think that was you. It's not. That's why everything we talk about for 2 hours plus or whatever, however long we're speaking, just always makes sense on it. That other stuff is like small talk for us, isn't it?
Yeah, facts. Not saying like, yo, man, don't talk about. Of course,
Like
talk about that stuff.
Talk about everything, can it?
In terms of like what we stand for in the brand and how we want, it's another thing as well, because if like, let's say, if you get recognized for this, or when we get recognized for this or whatever, like man don't want man coming up to man talking shit. If man see man in the street, like man actually want man to come up to man and be like, yo, this is what I'm doing, or
constructive, positive, isn't it? Positivity. We did this because of you lot. We started this because we seen your podcast. We know it's possible. People, like, when people talk to us, we're going to be the same people that we are here and now that we are in public. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of that's ever going to change. Like, people know, whatever people see here is what people know us as out there.
Yeah. And I feel like man's, obviously we've had this conversation as well, like what we want to add back to like man's own community in it, like like you see loads of people, like you just want to add back something positive to your community in it, like yo man, just want to inspire the younger man and that. So, and
that doesn't mean we have to become trillionaires and pump money back. You know what I'm trying to say? It's just a matter of
the message that man's delivering.
Like, if you look like us and
sound
like us, talk like us, and you feel like you just gotta be a certain type of way to get certain type of places, to get certain type of people, to attract the opposite, you know what I'm trying to say? To attract sexes, period, whatever. Like, we're just showing that you can do all of that and still be you, and you can still be true to yourself.
Yeah, facts.
By having somebody that looks like we said, looks like you and all of that kind of stuff.
Facts. Because it's, it's easy. Yeah, it's easy to feel like, if man just come on here talking about the positive thing and that, it's easy to just feel like, that looks sneaky or that feels sneaky. But I don't give a fuck, bro. Like, man's being myself. I'm like, yo, this is what man talk about on an everyday basis. Like, at the end of the day, it's about what adds to you as a person in it. Like, you get to a certain stage in life where, yo, like, fuck what anyone else thinks and fuck what anyone else does. Like, yo, man's just gonna do what man's doing. You get me? So, just to brush up on that positive versus negativity thing. Like, man don't care in it. Man's gonna come on here and keep it real. Obviously, not every day man's positive or not every, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, man have them moments, you get me? Man have them little moments and that, but man know at the end of the day what man's doing this for, innit?
And even though man have our moments, we'll never ever try push a negative message on other people.
Nah.
Whether we feel negative in private or we feel like, we can't do this no more, or this isn't going as good as a plan. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, man's never gonna be like, if your thing's not booming, cancel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It will never be that. Like, man will just have their own battles and stuff, but it will always be reflected as keep going, keep trying, do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
And you'll see that with, like, because you can listen to the podcast and stuff and get the message in it, but some people's first interaction with us might not be through the podcast in it. So obviously how we've built the social media and stuff like that as well, with like the video, with the quotes and stuff like that. That's like, if that's your first introduction to man, then you can be like, yo, man, these men are got some good stuff on here. These men are talking sense, or these men are pushing out a positive message. These men are pushing out some positive stuff in it, pushing P. So yeah, that's just what the brand is in it, and it's like man's just, as man said, these first few episodes is just about you like understanding our mindset and just like talking about different subjects, so you can kind of get our characters in it. Because if you might have watched the first episode and feel like, yo, if you don't know, man, and you might have watched the first episode, you might feel like, these men are acting mode. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, but
wow.
you'll start to see like, yo, this is just how man naturally are in it. Like, there's no act. Man ain't trying to pretend to be known that man's not. Like, this is just how man are on a everyday basis.
We've been like this since jits. Like, it's never gonna change, and it like this is installed in us. Like, this is just how we are in it. This is why we still talk. This is why we're around each other so much and we communicate, because like I said before, I know loads of people that probably don't have the same mindset as me. I'll still chat to them. It's whatever in it. They're still good people. They're still nice people. We just don't have, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
But if I've got somebody around me like me, I'm gonna want to be around them a lot more, because you know what I'm trying to say? Man know how easy it is to fall off and slip off and whatever. Like, man need people like-minded to keep up what I've got. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. And it's about like, if man come to man and be like just them deeper conversations in it, them deeper conversations that like not a lot, you can't have them deeper conversations with a lot of people. You get me? Like, and if man know, I know if man come and have them type of deep conversations, man can have some flipping, man can lead that conversation, feel re-energized. Like, if man come to man with like a problem, with anything in life, bro, and man have that conversation, man know man can leave that conversation, be like, yo. And it's not only you that man have this conversation with, there's other man off camera that man don't know, but yeah, man can have them conversations, be like, yo, yeah, man, I feel better.
Yeah. Just like the chip off the shoulder, innit?
Yeah.
Just feel relaxed, can roll your shoulders back, and yeah.
So yeah, bro. So yeah, we wanted to talk about as well, like, growing up in this social media era. And like, how much we briefly talked about. Well, I briefly talked about it earlier, but like, we want to touch on it a bit more. Like, what is it like growing up in this social media area, and how do you feel like social media has impacted society today?
So, growing up in the social media era is horrible. I think it's the worst thing that's ever happened to us.
Why?
I feel like it's a blessing. Like, it's created people